Ready to unlock some next-level crypto knowledge. Today, we're diving deep, going way beyond the basics. You've already got that Cryptocurrency for Dummies excerpt under your belt.
Smart move,
Yeah.
especially now. The
Yeah.
market's gone way past those early days.
Yeah.
We're talking trillions of dollars globally.
It's true. It's true.
You're choosing the perfect time to really dig deeper.
Exactly. $2 trillion. Honestly, it's mind-boggling when you remember Bitcoin back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Clearly, something about digital cash has captured the world's attention.
It has.
So, for our listener who's already familiar with the crypto basics, let's break down what's beyond the hype.
Okay.
Let's dive into the nuances that make this space so compelling.
Yeah, a great place to start is with the decentralized nature of it all.
Okay.
Traditional systems, they rely on banks, governments.
Right, those familiar institutions.
Exactly. Cryptocurrency flips the script.
Okay.
It operates outside those structures, and that's thanks to blockchain.
That's the part that always intrigues me. It's like we're reinventing the rules of finance, right? But with that reinvention comes a whole new set of complexities.
Think of it like this. Early internet
Yeah.
had that Wild West feel full of potential, but also some risks.
Right, right.
Crypto's early days were similar.
I see. Yeah.
But just like the internet evolved, regulations are emerging in the crypto space, which is critical for mainstream acceptance.
Makes sense. You need some guardrails, even in uncharted territory. Speaking of which, I'm curious about your take on Bitcoin these days.
Sure.
It's still the big name, but with so many altcoins out there,
Yeah.
has Bitcoin's role changed?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
Bitcoin was the trailblazer, no doubt, but the crypto scene thrives on innovation.
Right.
Take Ethereum, for example.
Okay.
It's not just a digital currency. It's a platform for smart contracts. Imagine self-executing agreements written in code
Yeah.
that remove the need for intermediaries and things like, say, decentralized lending.
So instead of going through a bank for a loan, you could have a secure, transparent agreement directly on the blockchain.
Exactly.
That's a pretty radical shift. And what about those other altcoins making waves? Like Ripple, Litecoin, even Dogecoin.
Right.
What sets them apart in this ever-expanding crypto landscape?
Well, Ripple's interesting.
Okay.
They're aiming for integration with traditional finance, particularly in cross-border payments.
I see.
They're partnering with banks, trying to bridge that gap.
Okay.
Litecoin is more about speed and efficiency, aiming for faster transactions and lower fees than Bitcoin.
Makes sense.
A bit like the express lane for digital cash.
I like it.
And then there's Dogecoin. Well, it started as a meme, but its journey to real-world value is a testament to the unpredictable nature of the crypto world.
It goes to show that sometimes even a lighthearted concept can gain serious traction in this space.
Yeah.
And speaking of unpredictable, let's talk about blockchain technology itself.
Okay.
I remember when I first tried wrapping my head around it, it felt like trying to explain quantum physics to my dog.
It can definitely feel like a whole new language.
Right?
At its core, imagine a digital ledger, but instead of being stored in one central location, it's duplicated across a vast network of computers.
Oh, okay.
This distributed nature is key to its security.
Okay, so it's like a shared tamper-proof record of every transaction. That makes sense.
Right.
But who are these guardians of the blockchain diligently maintaining this massive distributed ledger, and what motivates them to do it?
That's where miners enter the picture.
Okay.
Think of them as the engine of the blockchain.
Gotcha.
They use their computing power to validate transactions, essentially solving complex mathematical problems to add new blocks to the chain.
So it's like a giant digital puzzle, and the miners are racing to solve it, adding to the blockchain as they go.
That's a great way to put it.
But there must be some incentive for them to dedicate all that computing power, right?
Absolutely. Their incentive is cryptocurrency. The first miner to solve the puzzle and add a new block to the chain gets rewarded with cryptocurrency. This reward system is what keeps the entire blockchain network secure and operational.
It's like a global digital treasure hunt with cryptocurrency as the prize. So for our listener who's eager to move from theory to practice, let's talk about what it actually takes to get started in the world of crypto.
Okay.
What's step one?
The first step for anyone looking to dive into trading is choosing a cryptocurrency exchange.
Okay.
Consider it your gateway to buying and selling crypto.
Makes sense, but I can imagine it can feel a bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
There are so many exchanges out there.
Right.
What are some key things to consider when making that choice?
You hit the nail on the head. It can feel overwhelming. User-friendliness is key, especially when you're just starting out.
Right.
Look for an exchange with a clean, intuitive interface, easy navigation, and helpful resources.
Okay.
Security is absolutely paramount in this space, so make sure the exchange you choose has robust security measures in place.
Yeah.
Things like two-factor authentication should be a non-negotiable.
For sure.
And finally, don't forget to compare fees. Different exchanges have different fee structures for trading, deposits, and withdrawals, so factor that in to your decision.
It's like shopping for anything else online. Read the reviews, compare prices, and make sure you feel comfortable with the platform. Now, let's say our listener has chosen an exchange. They're feeling good, ready to make their first purchase.
Okay.
What's the next step? Do they just click buy?
Not so fast.
Yeah.
You need a digital wallet to store your cryptocurrency.
Right.
It's like your personal crypto vault.
Okay.
There are two main types, hot wallets and cold wallets.
Okay.
Think of hot wallets as being connected to the internet, which makes them convenient for frequent transactions, but potentially more vulnerable to hacking.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cold wallets, on the other hand, are like offline storage, similar to a secure USB drive.
Okay.
They offer a higher level of security because they're not always online, but they're not as convenient for regular trading.
So it's a trade-off between security and accessibility. You mentioned private keys and recovery phrases earlier.
Right.
For our listener, can you explain why those are so crucial when we're talking about digital wallets? It's like the keys to the kingdom, right?
Exactly. Your private key is like the master password to your digital wallet.
Gotcha.
It's a unique code that allows you to access and manage your cryptocurrency.
Right.
Losing your private key is like losing the key to your safe. Your funds will be inaccessible.
Wow.
Your recovery phrase, then, is like having a spare key.
Okay.
It's a set of words that can be used to regenerate your private key if you lose it.
Oh, that's smart.
These are absolutely critical pieces of information that you need to store securely and never share with anyone.
So important.
Absolutely.
This is where things get really interesting, don't they? We're talking about taking control of your own assets, which is a huge part of the appeal of crypto.
For sure.
But with that control comes responsibility.
Yeah.
I'd be remiss if we didn't touch on the investment side of cryptocurrency. You see the headlines, people buying Bitcoin early and becoming millionaires.
Oh, yeah.
But then there's the flip side, the volatility.
Right.
It can feel like a wild ride.
It can.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Cryptocurrency is still a relatively young and volatile asset class.
Right.
While there's undeniably potential for significant returns, as we've seen with early Bitcoin adopters, there's also an inherent risk of substantial losses. It's crucial to remember that
I agree.
this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme.
Yeah.
It requires careful consideration and a good understanding of the risks involved.
So for our listener who might be considering adding crypto to their portfolio, what are some key things to keep in mind? Beyond the don't invest more than you can afford to lose advice, which is always important.
Diversification is absolutely essential.
Okay.
Just as you wouldn't put all your eggs in one basket in the stock market, the same principle applies to crypto.
Right.
Spreading your investment across different asset classes helps mitigate risk.
Don't bet the farm on any one crypto, no matter how promising it seems.
Precisely. And stay informed. This market moves fast.
That's true.
Keep up with regulatory news, technological developments, market sentiment.
For sure.
Knowledge is power when it comes to navigating the crypto space.
It really is. It's a lot like navigating the market in its early days, right? High potential.
Yeah,
But you need to stay informed and agile.
absolutely.
That reminds me,
Yeah.
I think some people might be surprised to learn that crypto isn't just about trading and investing.
Right.
There are real-world uses for this technology that are already having an impact.
Absolutely. One area where crypto is already making a difference is international remittances.
You're talking about people sending money across borders, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Think about workers sending earnings back home to their families.
Yeah.
Traditionally, this has been slow and expensive, with hefty fees cutting into hard-earned income.
Right.
Crypto offers a faster, more affordable solution.
That's huge. Instead of waiting days for a transfer to go through,
Right. Families could receive funds almost instantly with minimal fees. What a game changer for so many people.
it's about empowering individuals and creating a more inclusive financial system.
Not like that.
And it goes beyond individual transactions. We're seeing the rise of decentralized finance, or DeFi for short.
Okay.
This is where things get really interesting.
Right.
DeFi aims to build a parallel financial system,
Yeah.
one that operates independently of those traditional banks and institutions.
Okay, DeFi sounds both intriguing and a little intimidating. Can you break it down for our listener? What are the core concepts and why is there so much buzz around it?
Essentially, DeFi uses blockchain technology and smart contracts to create a range of financial services,
Okay.
from lending and borrowing to even more complex things like yield farming. And because it's decentralized, it has the potential to reach those who might not have easy access to traditional banking.
It's like opening up financial opportunities to a whole new segment of the population.
Precisely. And this ties back to what we were discussing earlier about the evolution of the internet. Yeah.
Just like the internet democratized information, DeFi has the potential to democratize finance.
I love that analogy. And speaking of fascinating developments in the crypto space, we have to at least touch on NFTs.
Right.
For our listener who might have heard the term but isn't quite sure what to make of it, can you give us the rundown on NFTs?
NFTs are a fascinating example of how blockchain technology can be applied to create unique, verifiable digital assets.
Okay.
Essentially, an NFT can represent ownership of a digital item, whether it's a piece of digital art, a music track, a virtual trading card, or even a virtual world asset.
So it's like having a digital certificate of authenticity that proves you own the original.
Exactly.
Okay.
And because each NFT is recorded on the blockchain, its authenticity and ownership history are transparent and easily verifiable.
Right.
This has huge implications for artists, creators, and collectors.
It's mind-boggling to think about all the potential applications we haven't even begun to explore as we look ahead. What are some of the key trends and developments you're seeing that are shaping the future of cryptocurrency?
One trend gaining significant traction is the rise of central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs.
Okay.
This is where traditional finance and cryptocurrency intersect.
Okay.
Imagine a digital version of a country's fiat currency, issued and backed by its central bank.
So instead of relying on physical cash or commercial bank deposits, citizens could potentially use digital currency directly backed by their government. That's a pretty big shift.
It is.
Yeah.
Another key area of development is scalability.
Okay.
As more people and businesses adopt cryptocurrency, the underlying blockchain networks need to handle a growing volume of transactions quickly and efficiently.
Right.
We're seeing a lot of innovation in this space.
It's like upgrading the infrastructure to support increased traffic flow.
Exactly. And of course, we can't forget about the environmental impact.
Right.
There's been a lot of discussion about the energy consumption of certain cryptocurrencies, like Bitcoin.
Sure.
The good news is that the industry is actively exploring solutions to make crypto more sustainable.
It's encouraging to see that kind of forward thinking.
Yeah.
It sounds like the world of cryptocurrency is in a constant state of evolution.
It is.
It's not a fad, it's here to stay, and it's going to continue to shape the future of finance.
I agree. And you know what I find particularly interesting?
What's that?
The impact on traditional banking.
Okay.
Some institutions are embracing this technology,
Yeah.
exploring ways to integrate it into their services, while others are taking a more cautious approach.
It's like watching a fascinating dance between tradition and innovation.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this space so captivating.
Right.
The story of money is being rewritten right before our eyes.
We started with an excerpt from Cryptocurrency for Dummies, and look at how far we've come in this deep dive. There's always more to learn in the world of cryptocurrency, but I think this gives our listeners a really good foundation, don't you think?
It does. It does. I encourage our listener to approach it with curiosity and a healthy dose of skepticism.
Great advice. A huge thank you to you, our crypto expert, for sharing your insights with us today. And to our listener, we hope you feel equipped to navigate the exciting and dynamic world of cryptocurrency. Remember, knowledge is power in this space, so never stop learning and exploring.